Yo, yo, yo! Phew! I made it. We started the event a little differently this morning by using the event scheduler. I will be talking about how to do that with the crew over at #Work and Focus. Encourage you to join. It's a Google Plus community, and go to my Twitter and type in #Work and Focus, and you can kind of follow along before you make that sort of decision, but we'd love to have you over there. All right, so I will be on and off the mic working on my screen shares right now to get the tickers up. We are carrying the basket of last week forward to this week. One reason is so we can do more development on the Excel and the finished charts. I'm building out our own chart so that we're not solely relying on the trading view overviews. So it should be a pretty great week. Thank you very much for even listening and following me on the Twitter and of course here on YouTube. Okay, so I'll be on mute for just a moment while we get our screen shares up. Thanks a lot, guys. Okay, so as we know, here's our rundown, right? Here's Cabela's, here's the CNBC. It's a very easy thing to do is to run multiples. They'll take about 15 tickers all at once. We have 7 tickers for the secondary week here of running Cabela's on the open at 62.59, Info on the open at 36.47, Valiant at 23.53. You'll notice that we're running just a few seconds behind. Integrated Info 22.73, and Twitter at 17.46. American Express at 62.33, and Tesla at 20.28. I'll read off the purchase numbers. Give me just a moment. Let's see here. It's always kind of an odd thing to do. Go ahead and end that screen share. All right. I don't like how this is it's a little too bumpy this morning, huh, without the, I think it's a lot better to show the charts actually myself, but maybe we'll try and give this a go anyway. All right, so we're in basket number 40B, or 41. And even though we're carrying forward the original basket, we were in a cab. Our base entry, and if you were inside of my Excel, you'll know that I have hidden columns so that we can put together something that's just like super tidy, super clean, and you don't have to look at all the math involved, getting the basket weighted and that sort of thing. So our base price for Cabela was $62.89, trading at $62.55. Info, $37.53 was our entry, trading at $36.43. So you can see the story that's unfolding. $24.43 for Valiant. We're trading at $23.49. Integrated, $23.12, trading at $22.77. Twitter at $23.75. Do I have that? $23.12, $23.75. Go back and forth. $17.32. AXP, $62.42. $63.70 was our entry, and Tesla $212.98. Tesla trading at $199. Now it's fallen below 200. So this is how once the Excel sheet is delivered and posted and printed and all of that, what you'll basically get is the approach of the basket, where you're getting what our target is, what our base level is, how many shares we have, our stop, position size in dollars, of course, and then the changes as they're happening. I am trying to get some real time because everywhere else you go, we could build the portfolio and actually Google. I'm sorry, is it Google or do I have it from, let me go to Google News. I think I might have it over at Yahoo. And let's see. I do. I think I have it at Yahoo. So let's Yahoo portfolio. And I do take my time, as you'll notice. Portfolio, my portfolio. There it is right there. So I think that we did. I believe we have it over at Google Finance. Yep. So let's go to my portfolio. And I think that this will work out a lot better. We'll keep it under the Google, the family of Google offerings. I think the Google Finance portfolio maker and the stock screener, it's pretty okay. And you get a comp of the DJ too, which I think is very important for us to keep up with the Dow Jones. So what we will do is create a new portfolio today, and that's over at the right once you're in Google Finance. And then we'll see whether or not we can share the portfolio. We'll ask around in our work and focus whether or not we can share an actual portfolio with and through maybe the Twitter. So I'll put that question forth to the work and focus and see what we can do. All right, moving back. So we've got a lot of work to do. Cabela's, Info, Valiant, Integrated, Twitter, American Express, Tesla. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the charts. I think once I get the charts up, we'll be okay. This trading view decided to make some changes over the weekend. We'll go chart. We're keeping the names of the charts over Cabela's. And of course, we'll work on a, let's see here. Go ahead and work on a 5-minute bar. Keep the news piece up. Get the Google piece out. And trying to think of what else. I mean, I'm trying to add on other things besides putting the tickers in the subscription in the description area too. So I don't know. So we've got cab, info, Valiant, WTI, Twitter, AXP, and Tesla. So those are the tickers there. There we go. Run these over to, so we'll go back over to YouTube, put them in the chat area. Uploads, and we go live streams. Oh no, isn't that interesting? It's picking up the old banner. Okay, so these are our tickers. You can take these tickers and you can put those, especially if you have them concatenated like that, and you can put them inside of the CNBC quote window. Also put them inside of the FinViz quote window and follow along yourself. So the CNBC quote window or the FinViz quote window. A little bit more finicky with some of the other sites. Those two are for sure. So that's just for if you're on the go. Okay, so we've got our tickers sorted out there. And we have our charts all set up here. Okay. So the only thing that we're really missing in the charts would be having in the annotation, which I need to lock the annotation. So first of all, let me get you guys in a visual here so you're just not listening to me. So do a screen share. Nope. And the first chart you'll see is Cabela's. Present to everyone. All right, there we go. Move that window up. Okay, Cabela's on the 5-minute. And let me go ahead and we'll get some text going here. And there they are all, but I'll also put them without the hashtag, without the hashtags. There they are there. And we'll get it nice and small. And we'll go okay. And there they are. So we'll be able to keep them up for the next one. I think what I need to do is put the entry prices in here. And that would help us out quite a bit. Okay. So on the opening print, we can see that Cabela is trading at 62.50 or up 0.4% or up 25 cents. This really helps you, the details here that TradingView gives us. And of course, we're following the stock twits. Anyone that's talking about Cabela's will see that here. There are other news items that we can get as well. I think the stock twits is interesting because you get a little different non-editorial view. I mean, some of the, like this is from Estimize, for example. This is Estimize's alerts. So these are all these are great people to follow. Of course, they have their own website called Estimize. So, I mean, there's not, Howard tries to keep it clean with it's just editorial commentary, not too much clickbait. If you follow certain traders because they just have a certain sense of things, you would follow them over at StockTwits. And of course, we will be talking a lot about StockTwits because they're having their annual Stocktoberfest, what they call Stocktoberfest, in San Diego. So we'll be following as much as we can. I believe Cheddar is going to be there. And, we want to make sure that we are staying close to the vest, as they say. You follow the money and listen and read and have some kind of committed ability, whether it's fundamentals, storyline, your charts, to make an informed decision. I also worked on a disclaimer this week, and I should probably make that statement fully and wholly, but when you come and listen and visit to me, please know that this is for education and entertainment purposes only, and I do not serve to sit as your financial advisor. If you are at all interested in the market, you should seek your own financial advisor. And there's lots of rules out there about it's risky, and et cetera, et cetera. All right, so you know that you're only coming here because you love the sound of my voice. And of course, you know that I will outwit, outlast, and outtrade you. And that's the challenge when you're in the market, because someone is doing that to you right now. Okay? They are outwitting, outlasting, and outtrading you if you're not making money. So there's CAB. I'm going to go to info. It's going to reload. There we go. Info on the 5-minute. Look at the volatility of this name. Once it broke the 243, now it's getting hoovered up. We had in our Monday morning meeting, we were talking about seeing some of the strength coming into the market since the debate is now over, and then it's just really left for the aftermath of pundits and news and which will drive it. But clearly this move off of what was really just a horrible bottom. In fact, and I'll go ahead and keep it on the 5-minute, and during the mid-market, we'll get our lines in for double bottoms and that sort of thing. But info up 0.3%, trading at 36.62. Once again, we have info, got a sell signal. Wall Street is expecting year-over-year growth for info. Wall Street is expecting year-over-year. That's also another Estimize alert. Okay. Back over to CAB, and now we have IDTI. 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 You can see that we have the Ruby break. Now look at this interesting activity here. Okay, we got the Ruby break, which speaks of the short, but this is all debate push right here. So we'll go over to what StockTwits has to say. Steady rise from pennies to dollars. We don't do penny stocks. Publish IDTI estimate on Estimize. Estimize, Estimize, Estimize. IDTI, I love bulls. Trading at 22.92, up 0.75% in early morning trade. Go back to Cabela's. You know what I'll do on this is that I think we need to mark. I do believe we need to get this marked off right here. Keep an eye on that. Lots of very cool ways to read the EMAs in the structure of IDTI. Okay, Cabela's. Cabela's, and then we go to Twitter. Twitter trading down. All right, so we know we had the Ruby break. Well, let me zoom out this a little bit so you guys can see. Get rid of some of this advertising here. All right, so there was the Ruby break. Remember, we're looking at a 5-minute Twitter chart. Ruby break right here. Price at the 243, really struggling. I mean, it would have been nice to have seen. I mean, Twitter's doing a fine job. They're reaching a lot of people. They're bringing on demand. I know that we had family that was struggling to find the debate. I guess there was a lot there, what conflict with sports or et cetera, other programming or scheduled programming, what they call by invitation programming, invited programming. And they were calling us saying, where is the debate? And I was saying, go to Twitter. But, you know, sometimes people get a little frantic, and there it is right there. Just go to Twitter. But Twitter down 12.37%. We have Trade for a Living writing, Twitter since opening tick seems able to fly up faster than it goes down. Twitter, here's why Twitter shares. I mean, I'm looking for anything from Howard. You know, one wrong word here. And, you know, we didn't like Twitter under $20. But we're being handed that, and now it's going back inside of you'll see these massive lines here. This is a channel line that was expected from way back when, that it would re-enter the channel. And of course, that's what it's doing, and it sucks, and I'm sorry, and nothing that I can do because me love you, Jack. Okay. AXP, American Express. Go, American Express enjoying a clean 1% move. You can see here's the Ruby breakdown. Horrible. Horrible to see that happen here in a long. That's what it did. Well below. You got the Ruby break. Just a horrible cataclysmic move down. We can't even channel this. Maybe we could. Maybe this is what AXP, it might be the top of a descending channel. We don't know. But anytime that we come back up and through Ruby, there's always a chance. Now it's already moved up 0.02% just by talking about it. Thank you, people. Trading at 62.40. Estimize alerts. I guess they're pushing out a lot of things right now. So that's why we're getting too many Estimize alerts from the stock twits feed right there. So we'll keep a clean eye on AXP. Remember, we bought AXP because we were interested in the payment processors because it's the season, and I'm still interested in the payment processors, and there we go on that. And then Tesla. Yeah, thank you. Love my car. Tesla doing the same thing. Tesla getting a little push here, up 2.97% on the day at 202.45. I would have hoped, and actually it's bumping up against a trend line here, that they would have spoken more about clean energy and safety on the roads and innovation, and just, you know, how clever and smart the people that we have in this country. And of course, there was no chance for that to happen. But I will bring out Tesla a little bit here so we can see what we have going on. We built out a few things on Tesla. Remember, we had that lovely gap up. We Fibonacci'd the gap. We knew that if really the 618, when it broke down, we knew that at the halfway point, when it broke down, we got that move down. We also got a Ruby cross, then the gap again, so it completely retraced. And you can go back and when we were talking about Tesla, that this was really a chance for this to be a full retrace. And of course, we got the fill of the gap. Really just horrible looking, if you can imagine. But this is where the trend line is coming from. If you'll notice all the way back here. This is why we're getting resistance here. Trend line tag here, and I call it pin. So we get pinned there, we get pinned there. Look at it like a seamstress quilt. We get pinned here, and now we're being, actually, we'll see if we can break through. We have a chance. These are kind of little wiry on the EMAs, so we may get a chance to get up and above, and this will become now support, and Tesla can continue its move to $680. If you wanted to, because you're a baller, is you can play with it, even this way to know this is the trend line break up above, false break, came back in, if you wanted to, just to keep an eye on things. We can clean that up just a little bit. Remember, these are just guidelines. There's no truth or science in any of this. But if we can, get up above this trend line and play in this area, then Tesla has a chance to recover and go back on up to the, to the trend line again, to the 215. I think I have Fibonacci up here at 221.99, so that's always a possibility. Projected possibility at 221.99. Okay, all right, everybody. I don't know how long we've been on. Let me see if I can figure that out. I do need to figure that out. So it bugs me that I don't know what the countdown timer is. We will unscreen share. Stop screen sharing. Thank you. And there we go on that. All right, guys. About ready to wrap it up here. One last look. Are we all green on the screen? Green on the screen, green on the screen. Two not green on the screen. We're green on the screen, including Tesla up 3%. Twitter not having any love whatsoever. Integrated device technology, not so much, just kind of sitting there. And we're going to go for another run of the basket this week. And that is to allow for us to clean up the Excel and come up with something that's just really cool for you guys to follow along and learn from without too much involvement on my part. You basically know, okay, well, this is the philosophy. Let's see how the philosophy is holding, and go from there like that. Okay? I think that all works pretty well. You'll notice that I put a new banner on the YouTube channel. I did that this week. And it shows you that, yes, I have one brand and many, many different air quote businesses. I tried to make that representation in the banner. So, of course, you see me talking about fashion and beauty and lifestyle. You have us in one of the frames where some of the book, which is the Good Food Fall and Winter Cookbook. It's the most expensive cookbook on the planet. And there's a lifestyle photo, there's a heat map, there's another photograph of myself, and then there is a couple charts that are close up, what I call chart art from the Ruby. And so it represents that I am a puree of finance and lifestyle. And I would hope that my YouTube channel represents that. It's not something that I run into and expect that everybody gets it right away. I think that sort of takes work when you are complex. I'm not saying that I'm complicated. It's just that it is complex when you want to have one place that you take your ideas. And so, I think through graphic arts, it's possible that we can get that message out there like that. Okay, so you heard the chimes go off, and we will go ahead and wrap it up. You will see me at the midday market. We're still looking for a good name for that segment of the day. Remember, I try to come on 3 times a day. And I suggest, if you are interested in YouTube, that definitely run to the Google Plus Work and Focus community that we have and talk to Miss Eileen Smith. She knows a lot about YouTube. If you are having any sort of questions about how to get started with YouTube, how to create your channel, how to manage your channel, definitely come over, okay? All of us should have a YouTube channel. As you can notice, I am not on camera. I've been on camera before, but I'm not on camera. I'm bringing you my voice. I'm showing some screenshots. Thousands of people do it this way, and everyone, of course, has greatness and goodness in them. I know that. I so appreciate you. Come on over. and spend some time with us. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my YouTube channel here. I'll talk to you real soon during the day. Okay, bye-bye now.